It seems that every sport has its own code of etiquette, and swimming is among those sports, though the rules are pretty easy to pick up. Just follow our essential swim etiquette and you'll be fine.
It can be tricky training for a triathlon. Trying to fit in 3 different sports tends to leave us with very little time and rushing everywhere. But don't treat the swimming pool like a bath. If you have been running before a swim and you've got muddy legs, then make sure you shower them off before jumping in. Nobody wants to be swimming around in mud and grit.
You dive into the pool ready to smash your swim session, but before you know it, you're having to stop and navigate around some slower swimmers. There is nothing worse, particularly so when you're in the fast lane and the other swimmer has clearly ignored those signs. So when you are jumping in the pool, just check if the lanes have designated speeds and seed yourself accordingly with the speed of other swimmers currently in those lanes.
Right, next up. What's the lane rope, Mark? Come on. So you don't sit on the lane ropes to start with.
Well, on the subject of lane ropes, try and actually swim alongside the lane rope rather than down the middle of the lane. There is nothing more annoying than having to navigate around swimmers that are going up and down the middle of the lane.
Well, talking of which, also check which direction you're actually supposed to be swimming in. There's normally a sign at the end of the lane to give you that guide.
Yeah, I mean, in the UK, we swim alternate directions for each lane, but in other parts of the world, particularly Europe, they swim anti-clockwise in every lane. So just check before you get in. And
finally, actually, whilst we're talking about lane ropes, they are there purely to separate the swimmers. They're not there for aiding your swimming, so don't pull on them.
Getting out of the swimming pool mid-session and walking all the way to the toilet can feel like a real waste of time. And believe it or not, some people feel it's too much effort, so they pee in the pool. Just a heads up to those folk, if the water doesn't change colour, it definitely feels warmer. So either way, everyone knows. It's also gross. Just don't do it.
If you're doing a session, you'll need to take some rest from time to time. So there's nothing wrong with stopping at the end of the length for a breather or even a quick chat with a friend. But remember, you don't own the lane and other people are trying to swim too. So move over, tuck yourself away by the lane rope. When you do catch someone in the pool, you probably want to let them know that you're there in the hope that they might let you go past. A little tap on the foot is absolutely fine, but do refrain from tapping repeatedly as you'll probably make a few enemies that way. Although not everyone knows this custom, so if you're at the receiving end, you'll now be aware.
If you don't already know this one, then don't worry. It's one that you learn over time. When you turn at the end of the lane, try and move over to the other side of the lane as you approach. That way, you don't turn and collide with anyone that might be following close behind. Finally, make sure that your costume is still in good condition. It's not past its best, both for your sake and for everyone else's in the pool.
Yeah, and lastly, don't forget, you're sharing the swimming pool with other swimmers who've got different schedules, and we all just have to respect each other.
Yeah, treat them as you'd like to be treated yourselves. And don't forget, you can head over to the GTN shop and you can get hold of these cool GTN towels and swim caps. And don't forget, you can subscribe to GTN by clicking on the globe.
And if you want to catch a video on Triathlon's unwritten rules that we made, that's just here.
And if you'd like to see our Ask the Pro video on all their triathlon mistakes, you can see that by clicking down here.